Okay, students, today I'll be teaching you how to make a search engine. First of all, you have to install XAMPP for your relational database. So first of all, you open the browser that you have in your computer. It can be Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, Opera Mini, and so on. I have my Microsoft Edge in my computer, as you can see here. I'll open this one and search for XAMPP. Okay, here is the gem. What it does is that it will allow you to make a server that is the offline server, and what you have to do is to click on this download XAMPP Apache France. Okay, this is your XAMPP for Windows. You can install any of the version here, 8.0.28 or 8.2.4. We will be looking at the versions. Let's see. Windows add-on XAMPP. Okay, XAMPP for Windows. Now here there are list of versions that you can choose from. What I'll do is that you can download the latest version, that is 8.1.17, which has a download of 15,493 per week. This 8.2.4 has a download of 2,84,000. We go with 8.2.4. You can go it with 8.1.717. There is no much difference on this. Since this is the latest versions, it might have some bug on it, so we'll go with 8.2 point. Now 8.1 point, 8.2.4. Now what you have to do is that there are list of XAMPP server or the applications with a different set of extensions. Like zip, you have zip is a kind of format that you have to extract it first, then you have to install it. So first we go to the XAMPP Windows 6, this .exe extension. What it'll do is that when you complete the download, you have to install it directly by executing this file. Let's download this one. As you can see, your download will start shortly. Okay, here downloading is going on. As I will not complete this download because I have already installed this XAMPP application in my computer, so for the moment I'll hit closed. Okay, now close everything's up here. Okay, close everything's up here. So I have already completed downloading XAMPP. Now how to install it? Let's see. You open your file explorer. So once the file explorer is open, okay, so once the file explorer is open, you go to the downloads and search for your file that you have downloaded, that is XAMPP, which will be at the top if you have sorted by descending order of a date. I have here XAMPP, so double click it, as it is 155 MB. So execute this file. Let's wait. Okay, you will see something like this, the installer.exe. Now click on yes to install. Okay, you can see this welcome. This is a user account control. You just click on OK. So this is the setup. Okay, this is the setup where you will be installing the XAMPP. Click on next. Let's by default let it be like this, no need to change anything. Click on next, and this is the place or the folder where these XAMPP will be installed. Click on next. So as I have already installed these in my computer, so it's giving me a warning that the selected folder is not empty, please select a different folder. So yeah, if you have not installed this before, this will get installed in your computer, and once it is done, click on finished. I'll not do this because I have already installed a XAMPP in my computer. So click on OK. Let's cancel this because I will abort this installation because I have already done it. Click on yes. Okay, now what is the next things that you have to do? So the next thing is that you have to launch your XAMPP. Now to launch the XAMPP, you have to go to search here, type XAMPP XAMPP. As you have already installed, you will see this XAMPP control panel. You click here or here to open. I click here. Okay, let's wait. Okay, this is the XAMPP control panel. Okay, this is a XAMPP control panel. Now what are the things that you have to start? Now Apache you have to start. What is Apache? It is a offline web server. Okay, now MySQL module is there, so MySQL you start because we need a database to create any search engine or any mobile application or any web page or website. Okay, MySQL is necessary, and the rest we will not start. So Apache and MySQL. So MySQL we have already discussed in class that it is a my structure query language. This will be the language that it will fetch data from the database, that is the relational database. Okay, now why is the purpose of installing a XAMPP is that by default we don't have a web server installed in our computer, we don't have RDBMS in our computer, so these XAMPPs provide all these necessary feature in our computer as it launch now. You have to see that these two are in green in color, which means that they are running correctly. Okay, we minimize this. Okay, we minimize this, and one thing, the important thing is that you have to download one more application which is called VSCode. Now VSCode is a text editor or IDE, you can say. This is an integrated development environment where you will be typing all the code of HTML, PHP and everything, which has the capability to suggest some of the code, while you can do this thing in a notepad, but notepad is not that much convenient to write a code. So now what I'll do is that I'll go to my browser again and download. I'll tap download. Yes, you can use Sublime Text too, but I will write download VS Code for Windows. Now this is the top result that I got. I click on download Visual Code, wait for it to complete. Now yeah, it's showing this service is unavailable. You can go here. So this page is currently not working. Okay, not working, I don't know why. Okay, this page is not working. Okay, better you can do this thing in Sublime. I'll download Sublime Text. No, Sublime Text. This is the first result that I click, Sublime Text for Windows. Okay, for Windows. Okay, it start downloading. Here I go. So Sublime Text is already installed in my computer, or maybe not. Okay, let's see whether I have Sublime or not in my computer. Yeah, I already have a Sublime. How now to install this? Also the same thing as before. You go to download, see for the Sublime. Now I can see Sublime at the top. This one also you can double click it and install the Sublime tags. Sublime tags is also a code editor that you can write the code. You just need to search this Sublime, click on open. Now at the beginning you will not see anything like this. Okay, so as our Sublime has been opened, click on file, click on open folder. In a htdoc you have to create a folder that is search engine or anything else you can give. Okay, I'll select that folder, which is an empty folder. Select that folder, hit right click, click on new file. We press Ctrl S. To save this. We name it to index.html. Okay, so this is the index.html where we will be writing the code over here. Okay, now let's write open html. Now when you write this, Sublime will recommend you the full complete HTML structure. You just click on enter. You have seen this automatically generated. Now we write here search engine. Okay, now search engine, or you click on Ctrl S, or you click on file and save. Okay, now to open these things, whatever you have created, you just open your browser. It may be Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, Opera Mini, and so on. I have Microsoft Edge on my computer. I just open it and let's wait sometimes. Okay, here we go. Our Microsoft Edge has opened up. Just you have to type in the address bar localhost. Now localhost slash whatever folder name you have given. In my case it is search engine, STARCHEN. So search engine, I press enter and you can see that this is a blank web page, as we have not designed anything on index.html, but I just gave a title here. The title you can see at the top of the browser. It says search engine localhost. Okay, now this localhost has been started because of the XAMPP control panel, that is the Apache and MySQL we have started. Okay, now let's go with the designing part. In the body I'll make one div. Okay, I'll close that div, close that one more. That div is a container tag, so you should open the tag and you should have a closing tag. Now inside this I'll give a class name called img, which stands for image, or yeah, I'll give it full image, image. Okay, image, and inside this I want to have a logo in the center of the search bar. So let me type here img, okay, src sourced. Okay, now I need an image which should appear in my web page. Let me copy the image that I have in my computer. Let's go for pictures, and okay, this is the picture that I have. This is an Aturkimi Academy logo. OIP is the name. Let's go to this PC, C drive, XAMPP, htdoc, search engine. This is the folders that I have been working on. I just paste this logo that I have. Now this logo you can find in the search engine like Google. I'll provide this logo to you all. Okay, now let's go to XAMPP. Now I can see that in my folder search engine I have a qip.png, which is an image. So in the source I'll give oip.png. Okay, now click on file, click on save, or you can press Ctrl S to save the file. Now any changes that has been done here, let's see what changes we got. Just refresh the page. Now you can see that the web browser has a logo appearing, but you can see that the image is so uh, big, the size is large. Okay, we make it small. So in the head tag we will use a style. Now style is a CSS that we have to design the images. So we have the image tag, so I'll use img curly bracket. Then I would like to give the width and height. The width 100 px, means pixel. Height I'll give 100 px. So save this file again, file saved. Go to your browser, refresh it. Now you see that your image has been size has been decreased. Okay, very well. Now I also have image class here. Now I wanted to have this image to be in this center part. Now what I'll do is that I'll target this class. This is an classed image. So for the class I have to use a dot sign to give a reference, and img image, and then the curly bracket, and in the curly bracket I'll say display flex. Now flex will have movement. Okay, the image will have a movement, and justify content center. Now I want to have the image to be in the center, so justify content center. Align items, if there is any items in these class it should be in the center, so I'll put center. Now press Ctrl S to save, or go to file, saved. Now see some changes that appeared on your web page. Now you can see that the image is appearing at the center. Now what I'll do is that I'll take one more div here, so that I can have a search input and a button here. So I'll make one more div. Okay, one more div, and I'll put the class to be search form. Class name search, search search form. Now inside this search form I also wanted to have a form where the user can give the input for a search query. I'll give the form, and in the form I want to have an input, which means the user can type anything they want for a search. So I'll give a name as query. Okay, I'll give a name as query, and I want to give a class here as search input. Search input. Okay, I'll give a dash hyphen here, input, the search input. Then in the placeholder will tell that what the user needs to type here. I'll say search. Okay, dot dot dot, and required tells that without typing anything on these particular input will never execute the input. Okay, now I want to have a break line again, one more. Let's see what is the changes. Control saved. What are the things that we can see here is that I have here the input field has been created, and it is at the left side of it right now. I want to have to be in these things to be in the center. Okay, now I have to give a button, right? Button. So I'll give a input again, and type this time submit, and I'll give here submit just give a name called any name you can give, but I want to have to give a value here. Value of search. Okay, and class, I want to give a class to be search button so that I can design the button. Okay, search button. Okay, now search button has been designed. Let's see what are the changes. Yeah, now you can see the button search button is there at the bottom of the text input. Now it's a time to design these things, right? Now it's a time to design. Now how to design this? You have to use the CSS again to design. First of all, this is a body tag that I have. Everything is wrapped in a body tag. Okay, I'll just add some changes in the body. Okay, body, targeting the body tag. Okay, now body tag has been targeted, and I want to change the font design. So font family, and in a font family I want to give Arial, comma, sans serif. Okay, this is a font name. Now I'll press Ctrl S, or you can press file and click on save, and now you refresh it. Nothing you can see that in the web page, that nothing has been changed. For the timing, let it be. Let's see later on what we can do more on this. Now I want to have some changes in the search form, right? This is a search form which has been wrapped with this form. Now in these div we have some forms here. I select this search form and design this search form properly. I want to take these things to be in the center. So dot search, okay, search form, and I want to have these search forms to be center. Okay, text align, I want to have this to be text aligned, should be center. Okay, Control C to copy and Control V is to save. Okay, remember that whenever I click like this, Control C, Control V. Okay, so search form, okay, search form, text aligned center. Then margin top, I want to have a margin from top. That means I want to have a margin from the logo and the search form of the 50 pixels. Okay, 50 pixels. Now our search form is done. Now we design any changes you can see here. See, now everything is there in the center. Okay, why it's so? Because I just give in the search form the div to be center. Okay, and now we will design the input. The input will be this one. Okay, now in search input query, I'll copy this one, select, Control C, press here, put a dot to refer to the class, and the search input, and the curly bracket, and in the search input I want to have a padding of all side of 10 pixel, so that we can have a spacing from the left, right, top, bottom. Okay, now after the padding I want to have a width of 300 pixels. Then I want to have a font size of 16 pixels. Okay, 16 pixels, and I want to have a border. Okay, border, I want to have a border 1 pixel solid. Okay, 1 pixel solid, and the color should be white. So I'll put CCC is not white. CCC is let's see what is CCC is. Okay, CCC, okay, so it will be like silver, not silver, this is a gray color type. Okay, okay, CCC, I just gave CCC so that it looks awesome, right? Then I want to have a border radius. Border radius will bend the corner of the input. So let's type border radius. Now border radius I want to have 5 pixels, not more. Then outline, I don't want to have the outline, so outline none. Save it, Control S. Let's check. See, now you can see that these particular input box looks awesome now. Okay, now we change the search button here. So for the search button I have created a class, so select these, Control C, press the dot, no, I mean a full stop, search button, put a curly bracket, search button. Okay, now in the search button I also wanted to have a padding here, a padding of 10 pixels from the left, 20 pixels from button. Okay, this is a padding, and font size I want to have a font size of, let's say, 16 pixels, similar like at the top. Then I wanted to have a background color this time, background color. Now in the background color, this is a specific code that I will be writing, hashtag 4CA. This is a hex code, 4CAF50. This will be a little greenish color, not little greenish color but light green. Okay, background color. Then I want to have the text color to be white. Okay, text color to be white, which is inside the button. Okay, the button text. Now border, I don't want to have any border here. Border I will say none. And then after that, border radius. Okay, I want to have a border radius so that we don't have the rectangle type of buttons. I give 5 pixels here, a little curved type of border. Then I want to make a cursor to be pointer, otherwise it will just not show the hand icon when you click on submit or search. Okay, so I have a pointer. So Control S to save, just refresh it how it looks. You see, this is the design that we have created using the CSS. Now you can see when I go near to the search button, you can see the hand icon of my cursor. Okay, okay, come back. Now as we have done with the designing part, I also wanted to add more feature when our pointers come near to it, so that we can have a hover kind of thing, that it change the color when we bring our hand or the pointer or the cursor near to the search button. So I want to have that animations. Okay, to have that animations, I need to just specify that this is a search button. Okay, similar like this one, search button, the class, put a dot, Control V, then we put a colon here and we give hover. So whenever we hover near to this pointer, I wanted to have some changes. What is that? The background color should be hashtag 4, okay, 5A049. This is a color that I wanted. Now when you save this, Control S, and you check your web pages, now you see first it was light in color, but when I hover my cursor near to the button, the color used to change into a dark green color. Okay, this is an animations that I have created. Okay, not created, it just made it from the following code. Okay, now as we have done with the designing part, now let's get one more page where we will be showing the result of the search query. I'll right click here once more and I'll click on new file, and I'll just give the name, Control S to save the file, which is untitled at the beginning. I give this to be result.html for now, result. Okay, So this is the this is the page where it will shows the result of the search query. And now I wanted to have the same designed in the result, because I also wanted to have these particular forms in the result page. So I'll select all by pressing Ctrl A, selecting all the text from here, Ctrl C to copy, and come here in the result.html. You just press Ctrl V and everything will get pasted. Okay, now everything will get copied here. So now in the result, after the form, okay, after the form I wanted to show the result down here, so I'll give a div tag, okay, with a class search result. Okay, I'll give it the name search result. Why I'm giving this is to design this part, okay, this result search result part. Now I already have created one div, one more div I'll use so that I can have more accuracy on a design. Let's say I give the class name here, okay, let's say here results on the same name, okay, and I'll give the name here again as search result this time. Okay, results, it specify that all the result will come under these class, okay, these div, and these result, this class that is search result is for the individual result that it will show on the page. Okay, search result. Now in the search result, what I wanted to have is that I wanted to have a paragraph, okay, paragraph of class named of like result title, that is the product title that I will be providing the data here. Okay, and as a title I have to close this paragraph tag. Now in this paragraph tag, what more I want to have is that, let's say this is a product name called what should I give let's say Sprite. Okay, Sprite 750 ml. It's a product name. Okay, it's a product name. And one more paragraph tag I wanted to have with a class name of class result, this time not title, description. Let's say I want to have the product descriptions, description. Let's say Sprite, 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 blah blah blah. Okay, so many things are there to type. We just, and one more paragraph tag, class, this time I'll have result priced. Okay, I wanted to show the price there. Let's make it small. Okay, make it small. This one priced. Wanted to have a rupee symbol here, so let's go find it out. Rupee symbol. Where is the rupee symbol now? Okay, this one, rupee symbol. Select, copy it, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Let's say it's 40 rupees. Okay, so okay, next I wanted to have the image here. Okay, a product image, that is the Sprite bottle. Now for the timing I'll give OIP .png. I don't have the sprite image right now. Control S to save the file. Now open your search engine page, refresh it. Let's go to result. Okay, result.html to check. Okay, this is how it looks right now, and the design is too boring. We designed this properly. Okay, so now the designing part, we will be using CSS to do this one, as we already have created. Okay, here now I'll target this class, that is search results. Okay, now here I'll type, referring to the class, put a dot, search result, you paste it that we have copied, put a curly bracket, and now you give the design. So I wanted to have a max width, that is a maximum width that it can have in the screen. Okay, max width, particularly this class, that is this div. Okay, max width, I wanted to have an 800 pixel of the maximum width, and I wanted to have a margin from the left 20 pixels, and I wanted to have auto, that means all side equal or automatic. Okay, automatically this div will be adjusted with a margin of 20 pixels okay, from all side. Then I wanted to have a padding, that is inner margin. Okay, that is inside these div or this class, whatever is present, it will have a margin from inside, or we call them as padding. Okay, which will consume the inner part. Okay, the margin from the inner part, we can say. Okay, I wanted to have a 20 pixels, and oh, I wanted to have a border, by the way, border 1 pixel. Okay, 1 pixel solid I want, and I can give the color. Okay, I give that gray color, CCC. Okay, then after that, the border radius, I wanted to have a radius of 5 pixels. Now Control S to save. Now what changes has been seen? These things, you can see that now you have a border. Okay, now you have a border, you have the product name, you have the image of the product. For the timing, we are using this logo. Sprite, that is the description and the price of that thing. Okay, the designing part. Now I wanted to also have what more, search result. Okay, this search result, where is the search result? This one. Okay, the inner part, the second div of these search results class. I refer to it by putting a dot and search result, and I wanted to have a margin from the bottom. Okay, these, because there are many numbers of items which will be displayed one by one in these particular class, so I wanted to have a margin from the bottom, that is 20 pixels. Okay, Control S to save. Now I wanted to have a design on this result title. Okay, for the timing, you can see that this particular name is not looking good, so we design it properly. Control C to copy the class, that is result title, put a dot, give paste this result title, put a curly bracket, and in the result title I'll provide some design for them, that is the result title, result descriptions, and result price. For the result titles, I want to have a font width, whatever font width. How much can I give? I can give italic, regular. I wanted to have a bold title. and I want to have a color, okay, of this particular product name, and I wanted to have a I wanted to have a blue in color, so I use the hex code for blue. Hashtag 1A0DAB. You can find it the hex code in Google and search the hex code for any color that you want to use. Okay, I'm using this one. Now Control S to save. After putting the color, I don't want to have a decoration on this, the text decoration, none. Save it. See the changes. See, now this is blue in color, the product name is blue in color. Now okay, so text decoration is none, result title is done. Now what about description? Now I want to have a result descriptions designed. I want to design it. Dot paste the result descriptions, curly bracket, and what you wanted to have here, I wanted to have the color of the text to be gray in color. I can use CCC, but it will match with the border, so I'll use some different color. Let's say 5 to 4 5 4 5 4. Okay, now what color is this? 5 4 5 4 5 4. You can see that this is also gray in color, but little brighter than the border color. Okay, then after that, result price. Now put a dot, paste the result price, put a curly bracket, and in the result price you can also give any color you want. I wanted to have a green in color. Okay, so hashtag 00A700. okay, this will be green in color. You can check this hex color code. You can search here in the Google. You can see there are list of color that you can choose from. Okay, not only in this website, but you can go to different website and search for any color you want. These are all hex color codes. Okay, close this one. Okay, this is the design that we have created right now. So I want now one more thing is that this image, the product image, I wanted to have on the right side. Okay, I wanted to have these things to be on my right side. So what I'll do is that put a class here, let's say product image, right? Product image. Now I select this class, the product image, put a dot and paste this product image and have a design on this. I wanted to have this image on the right side, and I'll type it float. Okay, float right. Okay, it will send the picture to the right, and I wanted to have a margin left from the left side. Okay, the spelling is wrong. Margin left, and I wanted to have a 120 pixel. Okay, of margin from the left, and I wanted to have a width of 100 pixel. Save this thing, Control S, check your design. Now you can see the images on the right side. Okay, now our designing part is ready. Okay, now is the time to create the table in our relational database. So for that, you have to go to localhost. Okay, browser, and type localhost. Okay, slash PHP MyAdmin. Okay, PHP MyAdmin. Hit enter. So for these you don't need any internet connections, but I suggest you should have an internet connections. Okay, now here you can see that in the PHP MyAdmin, welcome to PHP MyAdmin, here the username and the password is asking to you. Now we don't know what is the password of it because we have not created anything password for the PHP MyAdmin when we have launch these XAMPP control panel. So for the username for all computers, when you initially launch, okay, you have to just type root, okay, username root, and password you just leave it blank. Hit on login. Once you hit on login, it will redirect to the server database. Okay, this is a server database. You can see here server. This is a database. Now what we have to do is that in a database, you click on a database, we create a new database which is called product search. Okay, product underscore search search. This one I make to collation. Product search is the name of the database, don't forget this one. Okay, so product search, click on create. So our product search database has been created, and the table name, so our table name will be data, and how many columns should be there. So for the timing, let's just have 4. Click on create. Okay, now this is the structure of the database. Just you give the first name to be ID, which will be the auto number that we have just discussed in MS Access. Okay, now as I give the name ID, which will be the primary key, so I just hover these things to the right side, scroll, that means, okay, scrolling to the right side, and these you can see AI, which means auto increment. So I need to turn this check mark. Now it says that it is a primary stands for the primary key of this particular table, and it will go on incrementing by itself without reflecting or having a duplicate record. Okay, now I wanted to have a title or the product name. Let's say product name. Okay, underscore name, product name, PRUDCT, product name. And in a product name, we will be using a data type called virture. 255 is a maximum length that we can have. Next we will have a product description, DEC. I'm giving shortcut. Okay, DESC, virture 255. Then we will have a product image, virture 255. And one more, I need the price. So the price, I need one more price here. I hit one more here, add one column. Okay, I'll have the product price here, product price, which will be virture for the moment. You can take it into integer if you want. Okay, and you can have these product description to be text, because sometimes what it may happen is that it may have more than 255 character of product description. So text will have a maximum length of 65,535 characters. So I'll choose text and I'll remove this. Okay, click on saved. Now my database has been created, and I have a table called data. And in a browser, when you browse, okay, when you browse it, you can see this is the table. Now it's a time to have a query, to run a query. For the form, I'll not create the how to insert a table, how to insert a data in a table in our search platforms, but I will be telling you how to I will be teaching you how to fetch the images, the product names, and price and all in a search result. Okay, go to insert, we'll add some data on it. Let's say product name Maggie. Let's have a description of Maggie. Okay, Maggie noodles description, noodles description. So I have a description here. I just copy this part, I'll paste it here. Product image, let's say Maggie Now this product image depends on the image that you have downloaded and stored in your htdocs search engine folder. So I just give a name called Maggie, MAGGIE dot JPEG. Okay, JPEG. Now this one you have to refer to the image that you have downloaded. Okay, let me first download it for you. Maggie noodles images. Okay, this Maggie. Click on save image and search. So in the htdoc search engine, I'll put a name of Maggie. Okay, then next I'll add sprite. Okay, sprite. I need an image. Okay, now I like can. Let's go with can. Save it. Okay, let's find the other image. Click on save image. This is an extension of WAP which will not work. Saved. Okay, this one sprite, SPRIT, sprite, saved. So 2 product I will be creating, and the rest to you have to add more than 10-20 product name if you want, or you can work on the different type of data for search engine. Let's say the search, or let's say let's say you are searching for vehicle. Okay, vehicle parts, and you can also create on mobile, like mobile products. You will set a list of mobile products with specification and all. You can make this thing as a search engine for the mobile specifications, mobile models and all. Okay, for now I'll just hit 2. For now I'll create only 2 data in my database. I'll create only 2. So the product price of Maggie is, let's say, 10 rupees, and the other one SPRIT is sprite. Description we have to take it from here. Description, this one is the description. Copy the description, paste here in the product description. Product image, let's say SPRIT sprite dot JPEG. Product price is 45. Click on go. So you can use this SQL syntax to insert the data, but I have done this by clicking on insert and inserting the data. This makes a little bit easier for me. You can use this syntax. Okay, data. Now in my data you can see there are 2 data showing on it. Now let's check the image that I have downloaded. So okay, it's in the search engine. I have already, yeah, this one, SPRIT sprite MAGGIE Maggie. Okay, you have to check that these 2 name is totally correct or not by going here. Now you can see here in our code editor sprite.jpg. Okay, not JPEG here. So we can edit this. Click on edit, change this E to JPEG to JPG. Click go. Now what about Maggie? Go to Maggie. Maggie is also JPG, so you have to change this one also. Edit, this E you have to remove. Click on go. Okay, now spelling you have to check. Okay, MAGGIE Maggie, SPRIT sprite. Okay, done. Now we have done with our database. Come to the code editor. Now is the time to write the code. Now what thing you have to do here is that in the result.html you have to rename this to .png .php instead of html to write the backend code for search. So result.php, okay, hit enter. Now go to your index.html, and here in the form you have to give the action, okay, action, and you have to hit result.php, okay. Actions result.php will hit these code here, okay. Now this code will run. Why? Because I will be writing here some PHP code, okay. Now click save here, Control S to save. Now here above the doc type HTML you have to put a lesser than question mark PHP question mark and greater than icon, so that you can write the PHP code, that is the backend language, okay. Now I'll put here dollar server name is equal to, what is the server name? It is local host, localhost. Okay, I'll close this one and restart it, because server name localhost dollar username. What is the username? The username of our database was root dollar, and the password was none, right? And dollar database is equal to, what was the database name that we have created? Product search, right? You just copy this one, Control C Control V here. Product search is the name of the database, okay. Now once we are done with this, you have to run one more query, that is $con, which means connection. $con is equal to new MySQL, okay, MySQLi, and you have to run this server name dollar username dollar password, okay, and dollar database. Put a semicolon. These will have a connection with the database. These particular line will have a connection with our database. If I'll put a conditions $con, if connection is okay, or okay, I'll reverse this to exclamatory mark, which means not connected. If it is not connected, then I wanted to have a connection error to show to the user. Connect, okay, connect error, okay, connect error. When the connection is error, you have to say die, and in that, okay, I put a semicolon here, die. Inside the quotations I can write connection fail, and the connection fail because $con is giving you a connect error, okay. Save it. Now let's say if I write this name to be instead of search result, I put only product, save it, and go to my browser, hit the result.php. If I hit enter, you can see that this unknown database product is giving, where is the error? It is on result.php on line 7. Line 7, this connection has been error. Why so? Because we have given a wrong database name. Okay, so I'll put the correct one, product underscore search. Now when you hit this one, result.php, connection fail is showing. Why connection fail is showing here? Connection fail is showing, right? Okay, connection fail is showing because I have written not connected. Let's cut this one. Okay, now it is correct. So if connection error, then you show this one. When the connection is correct, you don't show this one. That means the following code tells like that. Okay. Okay, now you, if you hit it, you don't get any error. Now you come to your index. Okay, index. Okay, localhost slash search engine slash indexed. Okay, index. Okay, that was HTML though. Okay, now whenever I type something here and hit this one, I have to go to my result and result.php and show the result here, right? So for that, go to the result, then what is the thing that it's coming from these index.html. So it's going to result.php and the name, whatever the user type, is going with the name of query. So I'll copy this query. Okay, copy this query, and below here I'll start the PHP syntax. Okay, here I'll write $query is equal to $_get. Now whatever is coming from the index.html is a name called query of whatever the user is searching. Put inside this quotation, the single quotation, a query. So these particular $_get query will have the user whatever they type in a variable, it will stored in a $query. Okay, so next line. So $SQL is equal to, now I want to have a data search. Okay, I want to have a data search for my database. So $SQL inside the quotation, double quotation, put a semicolon at the last. I'll type select. Okay, select asterisk sign all from, asterisk means all, select all from, what was the name of that table that we have created? Let's go and check. It's called data. Okay, inside a database called product search, I have a data. So this is the data. So I'll type here data. Okay, data where, from data where product name, you have to match this product name with this one. Okay, this product name that we have given in the field of the table. So product name like then $, then not $, it's a percentage sign. So this should be inside the quotation, single quotation, and you put a percentage sign, then $query. Okay, $query, QUERY, query. So these inside the quotation, single quotation, percentage $query means it tells the SQL to search the product name which look or which is similar like the user has typed. Okay, so this is the meaning of the syntax. Then dollar result. I wanted to fetch the result, right? Fetching dollar result, dollar result equal dollar con, okay, the connection. And I have a query, okay, I have a query, and in the function, the query function, I'll give a dollar SQL to run, okay, SQL. So what does this mean now? This means that whatever the user has typed in the input has came to this result.php, and whatever the user has given a name or the product name or whatever text that the user has typed has been stored in a dollar query. Now this dollar SQL is a variable which has been storing the data that the user has been searching from the table, that is the data. And whatever the user is searching, we are referring them to the product name field with like means what, similar, like whatever the user is searching for the from the product name, which is inside these single quotation and the percentage sign and this dollar query that the user has been searching for. And now is the time to fetch the data whatever the user has typed and whatever the syntax has got from the query. After running the query, whatever data has been stored in these dollar SQL, what I'm saying that dollar result, in this dollar result variable I have a connections which is our database connections, and I'm referring to the query. Now query is a function here, query, then these dollar SQL should run, okay. Now once it is done, once it is done, I wanted to fetch the record from the database, not out from the static data that I have given, okay. I wanted to have a dynamic response from the database. So again I'll open the PHP tag, close the PHP tag, and here what I'll type is that if, okay, condition is a condition, if dollar result, okay, if this dollar result that we have here, okay, the dollar result runs correctly and has a data, okay, and has a data which is called num rows, that means a number of rows that the database has given a result is greater than 0. So what I'm saying here is that if the condition, that is dollar result, is storing more than 0 data of rows, then what I want to do is that I want to fetch the data, okay. So while, now I wanted to have while because there are so many numbers of products will be inserted in the database. So I'm putting the loop of the code, okay, I'm giving the loop so that it runs it again and again. So while loop I'm using, okay. You can use for loop for there are 3 types of loops, okay. Now while loop, in a while loop what I'll do is that I'll put a variable called $raw, which is equal to the dollar result. Now I want to fetch that result, so fetch associative, okay, associative, it's a function, okay, it's a function. Now what it will do is that it will go on repeating itself again and again until and unless the condition is satisfied. So let's say there are 2 numbers of data. Now this while loop will run 2 times. If there is a data which has 1000, so 1000 times this while loop will run and it fetch the data in the design part, that is whatever we have designed this one, okay. Now in the while loop what I'll do is that I'll put echo, Echo means it will give the response. I'll copy all these things, okay, all these code, cut it, Control X to cut it, and paste here, Control V. Now here you can see that in the class double quotation is there. Okay, I'll put a single quotation here. It's have an error with the echo. Here also we have two quotations, okay, double quotations, and here also double quotations. It will not work like that. So put a single quotations here, and over here also, and here also. Okay, so here we have a class, and what we have is the image, right? And we have a product name here. So these product name, what I'll do is that, okay, what I'll do is that I'll put a quotations, double quotation here, put a dot, okay, $raw, and put a name of the product, that is product name that is being stored, or that is the field name in our database. Okay, I put a dot again, put a double quotation again, and here we go. And here in the source also, what I'll do is that I'll put a double column, the quotation I'll give $raw, and here the product image, here product image, okay, product image, and we close this one again with a dot, single dot. Okay, it look like this. Then I also wanted to have the description, right? Product description. Now I wanted to have a product descriptions. Copy this, Control X, I'll cut this, I paste here. Here also I'll need to put a single quotations, not a double I have given. Okay, so in this part I'll cut this point, I put a dot $raw, and product description, right? Product underscore DESC, product description. So this is the product description. One more to go, that is the product priced, I guess. Yes, product priced. Put a semicolon there at the last, and this is the price. I'll cut this one, put here, put a single quotation instead of double. Okay, and put a rupee symbol here because we don't have the rupee symbol in our database. So put a dot $raw, quotations, close the quotations here, product price again. Yeah, product priced. Okay, I put a dot again here, I'll cut the 40. Okay, now we save this one, click on file, click on saved. Now we refreshed here, okay, the index.html, and we type sprite, sprite, sprite. We click on search. Now you can see here sprite is a clear lemon and lime flavor soft drink, and a picture of that image, and I can have like Maggie. Click on search, see Maggie is coming now. Okay, if I put just only A, nothing will come because A we don't have. W, no, we don't have anything. W, let's say, okay, let me add more data on this, in this table. Click on insert, click on insert. Now thumbs up, put a thumbs up here in the product description, product image. Okay, let me download the image. save as no. Okay, thumbs up jpg. Okay, thumbs up dot jpg. Then 45, product name thumbs up. Okay, click on go. Now go to data. Now you can see thumbs up is there. Let's search for thumbs up now. Click on search, see thumbs up, 45 rupees. Okay, so this way you can have a search engine. Okay, now what you have to do is that you have to bring this project in your school with a pen drive. How to back up your file? Just go to your local host to back up your database. Click on your database, that is product search. Click on export. Okay, export. Now once you do this one, you open your file wherever it is present, you copy this file, Control C to copy, and you paste in your pen drive. As well as you have to go to the htdoc, that is gem htdocs, and this search engine that you have created, you just copy all the folder and paste in your pen drive, and you bring that project in school. Thank you.